Okay, so just to let you know, so I will be starting the clipper work first. So if you see my model Tom here, when I first saw his picture, his lovely girlfriend Leah, who was my model from my Hairbrain live video, and she sent me a picture of his hair, and I was gobsmacked. I couldn't believe how much hair he has. So I'm really excited about doing this. So I will be working kind of like a bit of a form of disconnection. So the panel that I'm doing, if you see, it's like almost like a little square panel just to the mastoid process bone area, that's that lump behind the ear, up to the parietal ridge. So because his hair is wet, we had to get his hair cleansed and treated. We used Mood products as well for the cleansing and treating the hair. So in this case here, I'm going to be using a little bit of clipper over comb method. In this case here, because his hair is so dark, we'll be using a white colored clipper comb. The monster clipper combs, they come in 3 different colors. So we have black for maybe working with blonde hair, white for working on darker, and then the green, which is, I have to say, is my favorite. That works for multi different colors on the hair. So except bright green, of course. So tonight I'm going to be using my lucky white one here. So the clippers I'll be using are the new hybrid models. So what's great about these clippers, one, they actually have a 180-minute running time once you're fully charged. And also they have the new hybrid blade, which is the design, which is a fade blade, but also with grooves. So it really will also be perfect for going through bulk. Now as well, this also has a microchip in there to help with the new magnetic style motor. So of course, with the old school ones, the corded ones, like they used to get really hot in your hand. It's no longer like that here, especially with the spectacular new casing. So I custom made them myself with the color way, which is I used the bright green shield and also the lever as well. I did take away the clicking noise, so you have that option to take that away for your lever. And also, if you see the aerodynamic design here, so just something a bit more comfortable in my hand. So I will be going through, so at first, literally going flat first here, then coming out. So going in and then out. So the key thing is for anyone starting off with clipper over comb, I'm doing on wet hair first. The reason why I want to get rid of that bulk. Then I'll be going through my attachment guards, and you'll see, so I will be going across the comb like so. The reason why we go across the comb, you will always create a flatter shape. If you're doing graduation or you want to build up the shape or refine it, I would do more of a fanning motion technique. So going through. Yeah, so his hair is extraordinarily thick here, so I need to get rid of that. So yeah, so let us know where you guys are watching in the comment section, so please let us know. So
Maggie from West Sussex.
West Sussex, hey! All right, great to see you, Maggie. So you can see on how quickly the hair is being cut off with these clippers. So once again, you can use them around the ears as well if you need to. I will be using my trimmers. So with the T-blade design, so at this point here, I'm literally just getting rid of some loose long hair. This will be faded up nicely. It's just really just to help kind of control that hair, and also I want to give a bit more shape to his front temple hairline area. So what I'm now going to do, so I quickly just did that. So I can just blast it with the blow dry. So then when I line this off here, I'll then be using the attachment guard. But before I do that, I will be establishing the perimeter shape right away. So then I'll be using the trimmers here. Okay. Then also I'm going to be using a smaller comb just to control. Then by establishing the shape right away, then it gives me my perimeter, and you'll see then I could then work with the fade going from shorter to longer or vice versa, depending on what you feel comfortable with. So here, I'm just going to be following. I will be cleaning this up here. So I will be using the corners or the tips of my blade. So this is the Monster trimmers here. So once again, so it's got a T-blade design, which is perfect for doing design work or going around hairlines or facial hair. So going around. So I'm just establishing that perimeter right away. So yeah.
Nick says I like them as a so crisp when using them.
Yeah, they are great. How long have you had yours, Nick? Just let us know in the comment section. How long have you had your trimmers for? So anyone else use Monster clippers or trimmers? Please let us know in the box here, in the comment section. Cool. Okay, so right away I established the perimeter. I'm going to go back to my hybrids. So I'm going to be using my 1.5 attachment comb. So that's about 4.5 millimeter. So you also have a couple different options for dealing with bulk. So a lot of times you can even open it and going down. Just to remember, you can go down that hair just to remove the bulk right away. Okay. So you can see it flattens. Then I'm going to close and then I'm going to go up here. So what I'm doing is, as well, I want to make sure I have that kind of like a snapping motion. So I'm going to come at a bit more of an angle here to build up that little bit of weight in that area throughout here. Now, I'm also, if you see, I'm also holding the clipper up a little bit higher here with my thumb, because that is like the steering wheel of the clipper. So going up, I'm doing more of like a flicking motion or a C motion, depending on the way you want to call it.
Nick says he's used them since Barber Connect in the office.
Yeah, and do you love them? Let us know in the comment section, do you love them? So I can do an open, 1.5. And if you see, the way I'm doing, especially the top panel, I'm using more of my arm movement instead of so much my wrist, because I want to kind of stretch that fade.
Katrina asks if the attachments are magnetic.
Yes, these are the premium ones, which I love premium, of course. They're double magnetic. But all Monster clippers come with a single magnetic guard as standard. But also, the hybrid, they come with a single magnet guard. Sorry, it's a bit of a tongue twister. And they also do come with a 1.5 guard that is non-magnetic as well, especially if you like a little bit similar to other type of brand of guards. The thing about these clippers, these will fit anywhere from wall premium guards to Andis premium guards. So you can use whatever type of guard on this clipper, even Babyliss or Gamma, whatever. So it fits, it's a universal size.
Aviv says, hey, hello, Jen says.
Hello.
And Katrina also asked if the battery life is the same. To know, she knows it wireless, so maybe you
Yeah, so
something.
the battery life, it's the battery on here. It's so after charging them, they actually last 180 minutes of running time. So they're actually a lot longer than a lot of other brands. So which is great, you know. Absolutely, it's absolutely really good that they actually last a lot longer. So I'm now going to be using my number 1 guard, and I'm going to do it open first, which is the lever is down, which means it's going to make it longer, and then I'm going to gradually go shorter. So at this point here, I will be going at a diagonal with the clipper. The reason why is just to really help fade, especially this general area by the temple area. So instead of going up straight, I want to still maintain some weight there. That's why I'm going at an angle. And close, same thing. And at the same time, there's also I'm using more of my wrist, more of like a flicking motion. So in class this week, I called it snapping. So more of a snapping motion. Then I can easily do an open blade. Okay, and that's, if you see, that's why with this type of blade, with the new hybrid blade, it's perfect for doing something like this for your fading or for removing your bulk work. So I'm going to be first doing it open, then I'll be closing it. If you see, I'll be then also like hitting it. Just going to get my fade brush here. I'll also be hitting it with a closed blade, but also my corner of my blades.
Oh, Eric Mercado says you're the best barber, great person.
Oh, thank you. I wouldn't say I'm the best barber. I still think I suck. So but yeah, it's definitely. Thank you very much for the compliment. You know, we're here. We want to help. You know, we want to help people, you know. That's why during lockdowns, we did 173 free live video tutorials. And we want to continue that. So we're going to try and do free videos during, you know, either maybe once a week or maybe a couple times a month. So we'll see how the schedule goes. But we really just want to kind of continue the education going. So now this is a half guard, which is a 1.5 millimeter. So I'm going to do open and then close. What the thing is so especially now, we will be delivering, especially in the UK, so we will be switching over a lot of our videos, especially working with a lot of the men's work, over to the Monster Clippers UK page. So you can become a member. It will be a private group where we'll basically be offering to the professionals to see live education or pre-recorded videos using Monster Clippers. So. Absolutely, honestly, I absolutely love these clippers. They're absolutely perfect for my type of cutting. So then I'm just going to come around.
Nick says fantastic news.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Nick. Cool. So then if you want, you can use, I'm just going to just do a little bit of scissor or comb work just in this area, just to refine going through. And then we're going to be proceeding to the other side. But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about cutting Tom's hair. I'm really liking this already. You know, he's a skateboarder, you know, he's a video guy, which I need to talk to him later about. You know, he's a really cool guy, so a cool dude. And, you know, he's got such amazing hair, so I'm very excited. What you can also do is, you can also point cut into the fade. Okay, just to refine everything. So once again, so as we say in my academy in Nottingham and Edinburgh, on our courses we say fading is shading. Okay, so. These ones here, they are a little bit more of their texturizers, so you can also use your blending scissors, or if in this case I'm using my texturizers, so just going back over, just to work, just to spread that love there, just to open up that area for the light to shine through. Just work with that color. And the scissors I'm using, they're from a brand called Oka Secura Scissors. And you can get them from, in the UK, you get them from Yoy Scissors, which is the executive distributor here in the UK. So it's really cool. I love the brand. I love using them. These are the foil shavers, so I'm just going to use these just to clean up. You can use a straight razor if you want. The choice is yours. I'm just working this around. You can use these to get rid of any bone fluff, anything that's showing. But yeah, so just smoothing that down. And also, we're also going to be launching some new videos as well about clipper maintenance, about how to, and also how to adjust and zero gap your equipment as well. So we will be recording those very soon. So it's very exciting times. So also not just step-by-step haircutting. So cool. So we got that side done. So you're gonna see, especially when I take the clips out in the back. I mean, he's got. Oh yeah. That's some redneck shit there. I'm joking. But yeah, so we're gonna, there we go. But you can see it kind of decreased. I wanted the color to go downwards there. So when because ideally, so when I was talking to Tom originally during the consultation, was like, it was like, at first I thought I was gonna go keep it more floppy because his hair came in, it was very floppy in the front. But then when I was shampooing him, then I realized that I started talking to him, do you like to wear your hair up or down on your forehead or up? He says, oh, I like to wear it up. So that's why when we start doing the top, you're gonna see that, when dictating on how much length to take off, it's something we're gonna talk about, the visualization about how much to take off on the top, and also how much weight to take off as well, especially if you want to make it stay up. So. Okay, so let me do the other side. So I'm just going to section off quickly, and I'll be doing the other side. So, yeah. I think especially he said he didn't have his hair cut in a couple months, which was like, oh my God, his hair. I mean, I really wish that we weren't in like Facebook Live land, because in TV land, because his hair is like extraordinarily thick. And I mean, we did do a before picture or video, didn't we, Jen? Mm-hmm. And his hair is just like, it's massive. I'm like so jealous of it. I'm like, I wish I had his hair, because I would have so many cool styles. So, but for me, doing a mullet, for the longest time when mullets became popular, I was really dead against it, because I had a mullet, believe it or not, for the longest time. And what happened was, I didn't get the love, appreciation of having a mullet when I had it. And what happened was, so when mullets became popular, I was so dead against it, because I was like, well, all the cool people were having mullets, and like I had a mullet and I wasn't cool, like why is this happening to me? So for the longest time, I didn't have any wanting to do any mullets for the longest time. So now, as requests from one of our members in our forum, our group on Facebook, like I said, it's the Monster Clippers UK page. So they, his name was Thomas, and he requested to see a mullet. So yeah. All right then. So I'm going to be recreating the same thing on the opposite side. So I will be doing clipper over comb first, and what will happen is, since I'm on this side here, I'm actually going to be doing a backhand motion. So I might actually have to move the clipper a little bit more this way. So I will wet down the hair a little bit here. So this, what I'm using is, it's a leave-in conditioner spray called Mood. Now this one here is a relaxing fluid or relaxing spray. It's a leave-in conditioner, which is a tiny bit, slightly more heavier to control any type of frizz. So this one, I'll use this a lot during any type of hair cutting, especially on coarse or thick hair densities. Now, what I'll be doing is, since I'll be going in a backward motion, so I'll be reversing. Now, I'm now switched to a different clipper. It's just to show you the clippers. You don't have to use a million different clippers to do this. I'm actually using the black, it has the fade blade on it, but the difference is this is a rotary motor versus the magnetic. So it's a different type of motor. So that's something we'll learn in my videos that we're going to be launching soon. So we're going to talk about the different type of motors, possibly when to use different type of equipment and so forth, different type of, machines. When do we use the different type of motors? What type of hair densities? Because I think one of the things is like one of the biggest things is like, when they say, oh, what's the best clipper to get? It's just like, well, what type of hair cutting do you do? That will determine what type of clipper that you would need. In a busy barbershop, you'll need multiple sets of clippers because they'll have different job descriptions, for different type of hair density or texture or type of cutting that you do. It could be fading, could be doing a lot of bulk work, a lot of clipper over comb. So ideally, it all does depend. So that will depend on the motor and also the blade you choose to use. So this is just taking the bulk work off. I want to just get rid of this hair, but you'll see I'm going to be repeating the procedure just like before. Okay, so now, are there any questions, Jen? Anything I need to know?
No questions. Nick Fowle says, I remember the original Mullet.
Oh,
and
did
then Erin Mercado says, I don't speak much English, but I try and read your palms while you work.
What?
Read your palms.
You're going to read my palms. Cool. So, hopefully I don't die during this live video. Okay, so I'm just really quickly putting the perimeter in, just to establish. I just want to establish the shape first.
I don't think he means reading your palms as in your future.
Oh, I thought you were reading my future or something.
No.
Okay. Oh, I was like, wait, I'm screwed.
Eddie's here.
Oh, hi Eddie. Yes, I'm actually doing work for a change. So everyone, we have my business partner in this new venture of distributing, being the executive distributor here in the UK for Monster Clippers. His name is Mr. Eddie Renda. I wouldn't just necessarily call him my business partner in this. He's actually also my mentor. So he's been taking me under, I was under his wing, learning all about business, about the new realm of distribution, products and everything. To be honest with you, I owe this guy so much, not just money or anything, but actually I owe him so much, part of my heart and my soul. He's given me so much. So a big shout out to Eddie Renda. So if you are interested in these clippers or mood products, please, you can contact Eddie Renda, and he's the man to speak to. If you have any questions about these products, what we've been using tonight, about the scissors, the clippers, or the products, you can also send us a message here on Facebook or our Instagram page, Sid Sultan Academy. So, I will be, I'm actually going to go back to using my hybrid. The reason why, to be honest with you, using the hybrid is it's premium, so I love using that. So I'm going to quickly just dry that off here. Yeah, so we're going to take you through everything, and then you'll see the way I'm going to do the top and the back, and then we're going to dry it natural. I'll be working with the diffuser, and I'll be using the Frizz Control Cream from Mood products. But no, I'm really like, in all fairness, I'm really enjoying doing this mullet. You know, I know it sounds like, I know before I was like, oh, I thought I was not going to enjoy it, but actually I truly am. So what I'm actually first doing is, so I put the 1.5 attachment comb on. Now I'm actually opening up the lever, and what I'm doing is just for a little bulk removing here, I'm actually going to go down with the clipper. So I have to put I'm shifting my body out of the way here so you guys can see. So I don't normally stand like this when I do clipper work. No. So that's a great way for just reducing bulk. And also I would do that type of cutting as well when I'm working on African Caribbean texture as well. So we're going to continue. So if you can see that the guards, they go right through the hair. I'm using the double magnetic guards. So that means, so they're great for students or anyone starting off barbering. Now the good thing is, which I was quite impressed with Monster Clippers, each clipper, when you purchase it, actually comes with a single magnetic guards already. So, which is great. So, and these clippers, the guards, you can put any type of brand of guards on these clippers, which is another amazing thing as well. Just in case if you lose guards, or if you're, you know, like, if you're like Jen, who steals all my guards and all the time, my half guard, especially inside the barbershop, you know, she does it all the time. And so what happens is, so ideally, when that happens, you know, you can actually use different types of manufactured, you know, different brands. So, which is another good selling point here. Okay, so I'm moving along. So a lot of times you see that, you know, like I said, my thumb is the steering wheel of the clipper and I'm going different directions. If you see there is a bit of bulk here, I'm not worried about that because I could then do either clipper of a comb or scissor of a comb to get rid of it. So moving along, so I'm now switching to my number 1 attachment comb. So I can play around with that. So I will be going at an angle here. The reason why I'm going at an angle is because I want to keep a certain amount of weight in the temple area. So going through here. Then I can use my wand. Just going to build that up there, build up that shape. I can actually start using the corners just to help with the color. Then, if you need to, alright, only if you feel like you need to, you can also use your 0.5 guard, which is 1.5 millimeter. We'll do it on a closed setting. There's a little weight there, so I'm just going to bring it up with an open blade, an open setting of the 1.5 millimeter. Then I'm going to be using my open blade here. So you can see it's got the fade blade, which is actually, this is called the hybrid. So it's got grooves and also a fade blade included. So I'm going to be using open lever first. Oh, hello Colin, you're right there. Hopefully you're doing well. Long time no see here on Facebook. And I'm doing closed lever. And up. Go back to my half guard. Then you can do your scissor combing. Right through here. Just cleaning that up here.
He's got such nice hair, eh?
I know, he's got beautiful hair. I know, it's like amazing. I'm very lucky tonight.
Colin says, do the blades get quite warm on these clippers, or do they stay quite cool?
They seem, because I have them with the guards, they seem quite fine. Remember, with the machine, now the different type of clippers, one's rotary and one's magnetic motor. So the magnetic motor would normally be it moves a lot faster than the rotary, the blades. So that one tends to be a little more warmer, but nothing. I don't think it wasn't hurting him or anything. I remember when I gotta tell you a quick story. When I first went to the second trip to Russia, what happened was I had my clippers, they were all corded, and I had a converter. And what happened was, so there must have been something faulty with my converter. So I had this big, really muscle Russian guy, and I gave him a fade. And after a while, he was going, ouch, ouch. And I was like, I told the translator, I was like, will you tell him to man up? Come on, I'm just cutting his hair, right? So nothing, I didn't have any thoughts about it, but what happened was, when I went, they were detachable blade clippers as well. And when I took the blade off, I was like, oh my God, it's burning. So basically, every time I was doing the clipper on the Russian guy, I was scolding him like a hot iron with the clipper. So yeah, I don't think I'm doing that to Tom tonight. So, but yeah.
Ola says hi, Sue.
Hello there. Hope you're doing well. So guys, please, if you can, please share these videos. You know, sharing is caring. So I will still provide free live video tutorials, but all we ask in return is one, you can please just post and share these videos. If you are interested in these clippers, you can actually see our website, which is sidsalton.com, and these are for sale. All the equipment that we're using tonight, the clippers, the foils, the trimmers, we now have it in stock here in the UK. So please. All right, guys. So, yeah. He's the original Dirt Diggler. All right, then. Cool. So I'm going to move along. I'm going to be cutting the top now. Actually, before I do that, I just see something on the side here. I'm going to just take that a little bit higher here. And then I will be there we go.
Ryan says, I can't wait to get mine when I get back from holiday.
Oh, Ryan. Is that Ryan Fletcher?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, of course, the man.
There's only one Ryan.
Oh, of course.
He says, good evening, everyone. I hope all is well.
Yeah, so we have Ryan Fletcher, who's one of the members of the Mood Education team, the art team, and he's an amazing member. He's been helping me develop the ambassador program. He's a great guy, and he provides fabulous color education, especially for the freehand coloring techniques. He does very intimate classes, and they're absolutely brilliant. So we're going to eventually book our own session with him pretty soon, right, Jen?
Yeah, please teach me how to do balayage.
Okay, so you can see now, I think that's going to work a lot better for his bone structure, so his girlfriend can see his pretty face now, right? And so what we're going to now do is I will be then cutting the top. Now, what we have to take a look at, when you're judging to see how much to take off the top, all right, so first he said that about 2 months ago was his last haircut, give or take. That means hair grows a ½ inch per month, so that means I'm taking about 1 inch off, within reason. But first I need to see on how much, right there, so I can see the way the hair bends. So we talk more about that in our classroom, so I'm not going to give away all the secrets tonight, but so we'll see. Here we go. So right here, now what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to have to lower it because I'm short. And so we're just going to re-wet the hair. And I will be using a section down, a profile section down the middle.
Aviv says, can it be said that you enjoy styling men's more than women's?
No, I really, you know what, I had my moments. I'll be very honest with you. I had my moments. So this is, at this moment in my life, I'm really enjoying my men's work. So it really doesn't really affect me too much. You know, I just love to be able to do hair. So if you see now, I'll be layering the top. So you'll see, even though I do square, in order for it to stay, I will actually as well, going to be doing a slight rounded of the shape here. So I want to do this square, working over my fingers. And coming up here. Now the reason why I'm doing it vertical this way instead of across is that his hair is that thick, I want to reduce as much of it as possible. So I'm going to pick this on up, my body position's here, so I will have a slight over direction to the central area by standing this way. So picking this up, there we go.
Oh, Matthew Baldwin says, I trained with Sid 5 years ago and now I have my own shop. Thanks, Sid.
Oh, well done, Matthew.
He has 3 barbers working with him.
Oh, that's amazing. Well done, mate. Well done. Couldn't be more proud of you. Man, well done with that. Where is the barbershops? Barbershop. Where's the barbershop? Where's it based? Maybe if we're in the area, we're gonna come. I need a haircut.
The mustache trim.
The mustache I know. Trim. I need a mustache trim.
Burton on Trent.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you can actually see that kind of coming up now. So it's actually helping to stay up. Okay, so now I'm going to repeat on the other side. So we're going to continue, still taking sections this way. Going up.
Near Derby.
Yeah. Going to continue here.
You're going to keep the back long?
Oh, of course. Well, I still have to trim it because his hair is that thick. But also he needs the ends are a bit dry, so I think I really want to get the ends off. So. But yeah, so I still want to have that transition area of still like a nice clean shape. So of course I want business up front, party in the back. So
that's how mullets were born.
Oh yes.
I heard it was to keep the neck protected from the sun as well, or working outdoors.
That will help keep his neck protected.
From the sun in Scotland.
Oh yeah, yes. Okay, so then you can cross-check going this way and just going over. Okay. Now what will happen is this is going to be quite floppy in the front for him, so what I would suggest, if I go this way, taking that off here, watch. Yeah, see? Little trick. It just helps keep it up in the front. It's kind of like Viagra for the hair. It just helps keep it up in the front.
Colin Simpson.
Oh!
Simpson, not Simpson.
He's making a guest appearance here.
So he's just written, Sid's using the Ochre Sakura Power Damascus steel and the discount.
And also, I think we have a very special, you can also get a free cutting comb with every purchase of scissors, especially this weekend, I believe. So, yeah. And also, I think we're just going to piss off Colin Simpson tonight. You can also use my discount code, which is SID, S-I-D 10, and you get 10% off.
Yeah,
I mean,
he wrote it.
Oh, did he already? Oh, okay. Yeah. He hates when I say that. Okay, so now guys, what I'm going to do, so I still want to create, okay, still want to create a fuller shape, still by the crown area. So I want to create a corner in the back. So what I need to do, I'll be pulling this straight up. Okay, so this is going to be 180 flat layering. So you see here. Okay, so by doing that, okay, it will help keep a corner and also give me my guide for the back here. There you go. So you see, it's going to have give. Because otherwise, if I don't do that, it's going to look like it's going to be very, very flat in the back here by the crown, and it will look like his girlfriend's been hitting him in the head with a baseball bat. So we don't want to do that to him. So we want it to be nice and full. So by doing this way first, keeping this straight, flat, and keep that will help using. And how do I know how much to take off? I'm just taking my guide from the front panel that I've just cut. So normally you would do this as well, even if you're not doing a mullet, if you're just doing a normal haircut, you might say, or men's classic layer. So the scissors I'm using as well, they're a bit more fancy. The reason why I tend to use these instead of my normal slim blade, these ones here, because Tom's hair, as a friendly reminder, is so thick and coarse, I need a bit more stronger scissor. So that's why I'm using thicker blades for this one.
Katrina says a beautiful square layer.
Yes, so you can see the fullness here, and then you're going to see the way I'm going to be approaching. So I'm just going to check this. Now with these scissors as well, they got a ball bearing design. So they don't have a tension screw. You actually have to tighten with the key. But the way it moves, it's absolutely beautiful. They are coated as well, powder coated, and also they have a fixed finger rest. So these ones as well, I tend to, like I said, I'll use these especially if I'm working on thicker hair and also texturizing as well. Now what I'm now going to do, so I'm just going to blow the hair open. So. Did you need a haircut, huh? Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I will now do vertical sections in the back. Now what that means is, I'll be doing sections like this here, going this way, everything's being brought out. Okay. The only thing is as well, when I get closer to the sides, you might see I might have a slight over direction towards a tiny bit towards the previous as well. So I'll be using. What will happen is when I see. There we go. I need to show this angle this way so you guys can see. There we go. I'm going to be coming outwards here.
We've got some stars.
Oh, we got stars. Oh, wow.
Oh.
What do we do with them?
Oh, Ryan.
Oh, thanks, Ryan. I don't know what we do with them. Okay, guys, so as you can see here, I'm working over my fingers Okay? The reason why is I want to keep weight within the perimeter. And also, now I will explain why I'll be doing the actual length at the very end. So still taking vertical sections, pulling out and then out. That's how I'm going to retain a lot of this length and weight.
I'm always confused if I should like blend, not blend, but you know, kind of connect the sides.
Well, that depends on your client. You know, my model, Tom, he's cool as hell, right? So he can carry off a non-blended mullet. There are some guys that may be a bit more conservative, you know, that you might have sometimes an older gentleman, you know, who still likes a little bit of a party in the back. You might actually do more of a blended one. So it actually all depends on what your type of clientele is like, you know, and also their requirements. Now, in this case here with Tom, I'm going to be doing a lot of texturizing after this.
Did you say it depends? Sorry, did you say it depends on the length as well?
Yeah, it definitely depends on the length as well. So it really does. A lot of things depend on this. So a mullet doesn't necessarily, it could be a blended one, or it can be, you know, a disconnected one. So there's all different choices there. So, you know, that's one thing. In the hairdressing world, they have all different names for variations of a mullet or anything. To me, I'm a bit old school. I mean, a mullet's a mullet. You know, we don't need fancy names. Just, you know, work with your clientele, and you know, and create something unique for your clients. So I'm just continuing. So here we go. Okay, so let me take a look here. Okay, just cross-checking. Yeah. Down. Now what will happen is, so just cross-check my haircut. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to be actually pulling the hair straight down. Now there's a reason why I'm actually doing the overall length first. So I'm going to pull this straight down, still keeping it long, but I need to trim up. I'll put my body position out of the way so you guys can see. I will be pulling this straight down, working with just the point of my scissors, just so it doesn't look too blocky. And what I want to try and do is I want to try and keep this square going this way. So even though I'm working inside my fingers, I'm keeping my elbow to my rib cage, and that will help keep me on a square plateau or square plane. So I still want it to be long in the back, but I still trimmed it up there for him. Now I'm going to be going all the way, pushing this over. There we go. Now I'm going to be doing the same thing going this way, pushing this over. There we go. Just to keep a lot of weight there. Now, if we get here, so he's got, like I said, that really thick hair. So what I need to do is I'm actually going to be working with a lot of freehand work. So it could be working with a bit of slicing. And I'm also going to be doing this on wet hair. And then you see the way I'm going to dry it naturally at the end. So I'm going to just use the relaxing fluid again, because it's a bit more moisturizing. So especially if I'm doing freehand techniques, like just say even if I use a razor, it's going to really help protect the hair and keep it, you know, protected. It's going to be easier to comb the hair. So yeah, so And also, like, I also want to, you know, kind of treat his hair. Cool. Any questions there, Jen? Anything I need to know?
No, just Stefan Gutierrez is saying, what's up, Sue?
Oh, hello there. You're right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to start in the back here. So now, like I said, I really want to reduce a lot of the bulk here. So I'm going to go back. I'm just going to push this forward for the moment. Okay. So now this is not taking length off, this is just reducing the bulk. So still working with vertical sections. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in and out, in and out. There we go. In, out, in, out. Just a little bit of notch cutting there. Now, I could use, you know, if you get a little bit pressed for time, you can also use your texturizing scissors as well. But for me, I like using just my normal scissors for this. I feel like I have more creative flair to it. I'm more of an artist. It all depends on, like, you know, I will use those, especially I use them for slice cutting. I use them for doing scissor or comb. Especially if I'm working on extraordinary thick hair, like, you know, such as Asian density of hair. So it all depends really. So there you go. So you might see me use them later on. So.
Nick says love using that technique.
Oh, it's a great cutting technique.
Oh, Mark Fleming says I love watching these tutorials. I'm always learning something new.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you very much, Nick. I think it is all about learning. You know, even for myself, I'm already booking in some education for me to learn. You know, it's about forever, you know, expanding your knowledge. That's one of the key important factors. It's like, you know, spreading the knowledge, you know, enjoy what you do, and you're always forever learning. Okay. So now the reason why I'm also doing this on wet hair is because I will be reducing a lot more than if I did this on dry hair. Okay. The reason why is when hair is wet, it sticks together. So that's the reason why I chose to do this on wet hair. Okay, so moving along here, there we go. And then you'll see me do the top. I might even use my special scissors for those. You never know. I kind of like want to make him look like he's got like a more rock and roll haircut in a way. So you know, something that's not too perfect, but you know, so something. So I might even do a little bit of slicing. So it kind of like all depends the way you want to approach it. So now I'm going to go across the head on top. Now in this case, I'm going to pull the hair straight up, go underneath like that. And you can go up and down, So the choice is yours.
Louise asks if you can talk us through what you were doing with the scissors.
Oh yes, of course, Louise. So what I'm doing is I'm doing something called notch cutting. So this is a great aggressive way. Now notch cutting, you can use like, you know, notch cutting scissors, such as the texturizers. So, but what I'm doing is, because he's also got a little bit of like a wave type texture, yeah. And so then, what I'll then do, going through here, and going like that. So I'm going up and down, so going through here. Yeah. So we have a special guest at the front door there. Yeah, so, but yeah, so we continue. Cool. We're going to continue going through up and down, like that there. So, yeah. Going up and down there, up and down. So, going through here. So, going through here. Yep, perfect. So, cool. So, going to continue going through here. So, here we go. Going through here. So I'm going to continue as I get closer to the front. I will be working with over direction to the front here. So, alright, excuse me 1 second. So we have to end the video, unfortunately, I believe. Just 1 second there. We're having a little technicality. Oh, sorry, 1 second then. We're back on, so apologize about that there. So, okay then, moving along. So just really taking the weight off.
Nick's like, how rude.
Oh, so, yeah. Welcome to Edinburgh. It's a beautiful city, really. Okay, so I'm just going back and forth. So Louise, I do apologize. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm going up and down, which is the very tip of my blades. All right, so I really want to be able to help give him some support. And so just going through here, just taking that excess weight off. Okay, now going through back and forward.
Eddie was like, he was brave.
What's that?
Eddie says he was brave.
Did they actually hear it? They heard?
Yeah.
Okay, I do apologize about that, everyone. So once again, that's not something that we condone here. I was going to have to use my scissors in another way, and I was all prepared to, to protect, my little doggy Patch there. So Patch wanted to play. So okay, so now
Louise says that was really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, great, Louise. So once again, so I'm going to. Now, a little trick that I can do is just because I want him to, want this to stay up for him here. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to go right in the front area. I kind of like these little short bits. I want them to kind of help support the long bits. So going through here.
It looks really good in the front.
Yeah, it's
Got such nice texture.
Yeah, I mean his hair is amazing. I'll be honest. And the thing is, he knows it too. He's young. He's got amazing hair. It's just which is great. So, okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do complete freehand, just to really, really chop into it. Really just give some chaos to the hair. I don't want it to be perfect for him. I want it to be a bit of rock and roll. Something that he doesn't necessarily looks like he just stepped out of the barber shop. I want him. That's why I'm going to do freehand, picking the hair up, just so I can really take a lot of weight off there. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the blow drying. So we're going to see. There we go. Now once again, for anyone joining us, so I was using before, just give you a breakdown, I was using my monster clippers first to establish the fade on the sides. I did first my clipper of a comb, then I used my trimmer, the monster trimmer, just for the outlining. Then I used my 1.5 attachment cone guard, which is 4.5 millimeter. I did it open and closed. Then going down to a number 1.5 guard and an open lever. Then you can use your foils or trimmers. It's up to you on how short you want to go. So.
Matthew Goldman says the texture really brings it to life.
Oh yeah, it really is it's got a really nice cool texture. And also you can start seeing that it's getting a bit more height to it, which is great. So it's actually what's great about height, it actually makes the hair appear a little bit longer. And but yeah, so I'm first going to be using, now this is called Frizz Control Cream, right? So Frizz Controller from Mood. So I'm going to be applying this all throughout the hair. I just love this product. So I'm going to be applying this, and you'll see the way I'm going to be diffuse drying it. So.
Mark says, I think you had a bit of a train spotting moment, Edinburgh's finest.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, the thing is, it's just a bit tricky where I was more concerned for Jen in a way, and also I didn't want.
Fortunately, the door is quite heavy. I think he thought it was locked.
He thought it was locked, yeah.
Or he's pushing the wrong side.
I know. It's like a big storm door, so they're quite heavy, you know, because of the weather here. So it's quite, you know, it won't just.
Katrina says, "What is this hair dryer? It's very powerful."
Yeah, it's a brand. It's called ID. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, okay, what happened was I had a different one where I was at Salon International, and I let someone borrow my blow dryer, and I said, please do not break my blow dryer. And then what happened was they broke it, of course. And so of course they got me another one that was similar, but it wasn't the same. So it's not my favorite blow dryer, to be honest with you. So it depends, you know, like, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, you know, blow drying is blow drying, you know. I'm not the one to really kind of like, really talk so much about like blow dryers and stuff, because especially with guys' hair, you know, if as long as you have a diffuser, you know, depending on that, if you want something a little more heavier in hand. You know, I grew up on Wiggos from when I was working at Sassoon, so that was full weight, you know.
Ben says, I dropped you a message about courses, Sid.
Oh, perfect, Ben.
Nick Fell says, I would love to see a flat top video if you can get a model for that.
Oh yeah, that's not a problem. We might, the model that we have for that, I think, will be down in Nottingham. So the next time I'm in Nottingham, we could definitely do that. One of my educator, Matthew Fleetwood, he absolutely loves doing flat tops. So definitely, you can definitely see his work on Instagram and everything. So he actually loves doing flat tops. I love doing flat tops. I did one during the lockdown. Just going back over the fade here.
Nick Fowler says, I'm doing a few flat tops in my barber business.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I mean, for me, doing a flat top, I mean, you know, the funniest thing is everyone requests it. Do they do too many of them? Not really.
I've done one in my life.
Yeah.
Too many. One that I remember.
And that's the thing is, it's I don't know, everyone requests it, but is it a very practical method to learn? Yeah, I definitely agree that if you are in barbering, you should know how to do a flat top. But it's, I think that's not something that like, clients have it all the time now, so. Okay, so I'm going to work with blow drying it, so I'm going to be using a diffuser. So I'm going to go through here, and I might play around with like a little bit more extra styling on the top there. So we'll see how it goes. So let me grab my diffuser. Oh yeah, we've had a lot of incidents here, doing live videos. You remember that time I broke the tripod on my mannequin on doing a live video?
I know.
Yeah, it was
I was thinking about before. When we got hacked.
Huh? Oh yeah.
When we got hacked.
Oh yeah, we were doing a live video and I don't know how to use it. I think that's the thing, is it's like, we've had all different things. One time we got hacked when we were doing a Zoom class. Yeah, that was interesting, with me and Kevin Ham. Then I was doing a live video and I had a tripod for my mannequin. And the tripod was made out of metal, the stand. And it totally it just snapped in half. And I was like, I didn't have another tripod and that was it. So I couldn't continue. So I had to get one off Amazon the next day. It was like totally crazy. Okay guys, so with diffuse drying, once again, I'm not even really touching the hair. I kind of just want it kind of be more natural. Letting the Then the frizz control cream, I use that a lot in guys' hair, just to control the styling, control the shape. I don't want to keep on touching it. I don't want to make his hair any bigger. So if you do see any smoke happening, that's just the product evaporating. We're not evaporating, we're going through with the intense heat of the blow dryer. So not too worried, I'm not burning his hair. It's fully protected because it's actually thermal protection. So it's a very, very strong heat protection cream. So there we go. There we go. So it's got the new Hair Bodyguard Protection Formula for Root, which is an added complex to protect it from the heat. And so in this case, you can use lots of heat if you need to. In this case, he's probably just going to kind of just dry it natural. It's not like he's like a big blow dry type of guy. He might once in a while maybe have his girlfriend blow dry for him. But to be honest with you, with this type of style, I just really want him to use cream throughout the hair and just to let it dry natural. So. So just finishing up here. So like I said, it's going to dry, and then we're going to just loosen it up a little bit. We're going to put a little spray on it, just to finish off the styling. But his hair is drying quite fast here, which is good. If you need to, I can then start front drying it, bring out some more curl, which he has, which is great. I love boys with curls. I love girls with curls. I love it all. So.
Katrina, so your live is amazing as always.
Oh, thank you very much, Katrina. I really appreciate it. Very grateful. And also, I do believe we're actually going to be coming to your college, and we're going to be sharing our knowledge with your learners and your tutors. This is part of the big thank you for showing support to the Consultation Academy brand throughout all these years, especially during the lockdown. And everything. So we want to show lots of support to you by saying a big thank you and by coming all the way to Bishop Auckland to your college and to be able to share our knowledge with your learners. So it's about giving back, guys. So literally, it's almost dry, it's finishing up. One more minute or so of that. I think it definitely suits him. Definitely it's a suitable style, which I feel that it just really works with his hair texture, his face shape. Just fun, like a fun style. He's useful, he's a skateboarder. I mean, what's wrong with that, right? Having great fun with hair, So, question is, what color would you, everyone that's watching, what type of hair color would you recommend for him? Oh, come on, Jen. I know you're very big into hair color. What color would you recommend for him?
Some chunky highlights.
Chunky highlights, frosting. How about do some frosting, some tips?
Complete the look.
Yeah. Or just make him look like pure white trash as much as possible. Which I think definitely. We can even probably put like a number here, like a football team number, like, yeah, that's what one of my brother's friends had during the 80s. I think my brother had it too, but there was no photographic evidence. The internet wasn't born back then, so.
Fortunately.
Huh?
Fortunately.
I know, right? Okay, so just finishing up here. Like I said, I'm gonna just dry that a little bit more here. Like I said, different ways. You could have done a little jelly roll. You could have actually had this as a flat top. So there's many different ways you can have fun with the mullet. Try and put no restrictions on your cutting of your hair in a way of like, oh, it has to be like a classic mullet. Have fun with it. Create something unique for the client. Have fun with it. So I'm gonna, because I'm pressed for time today. So what I'm now gonna do is I'm just gonna use my trimmers and literally just gonna be trimming up his neck hair down at the bottom here. I just want to, you know, trimming that up here.
Louise says don't muck around with this colour, as lovely as it is.
Who said that?
Louise Norton.
I mean, personally, I would love you know me, I love my neon green. You know, I love my green colors. So, I mean, ideally, I would actually do like, you know, if it was up to me, and you know, and Tom didn't exist, you know, he didn't speak or anything, and he didn't work. I would actually just do a neon green color. So just have some fun with it, you know.
It's probably like, okay.
Okay.
Just do it.
Okay, let's do it. I'm so backlogged on working with models. I mean, I'm actually I still have to color Leah's hair, and the thing is, she's actually a virgin color too. She has. I mean, come on now, how amazing is that? And so I'm still backlogged with that. So hopefully we're going to be doing a hair coloring video or pre-recorded one. And so then we can do something really cool with Leah. You know, I know she's still down for it. Cool. So it's kind of like I'm kind of like doing Joe Dirt meets Crybaby. You know, Johnny Depp. That's the type of look I'm doing today. So if you guys know those movies. Okay, just finishing touches, and that's it.
Carlos says I'm taking advantage of learning from you while I'm waiting to see the doctors. They're never on time.
You're taking advantage of me then, huh? I see, okay. Story of my life. But yeah, so, was that Carlos Diaz?
Yeah.
Carlos, how you doing, buddy? Listen, let us know when, well, we'll let you know when we're back in the United States. Alright, so we will be going there. I believe now we're going there in February, so I think that'd be quite nice to be able to go and visit. So we've got some training involved. So we actually will be teaching classes as well. So it's yeah, we're very excited about that. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit of hairspray just to make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Shake this out. There we go. Cool, I actually have a mirror in front of me. How awesome is that? So, cool. Like I said, just kind of playing around with a bit of twist. Seeing like that natural texture there. Got a bit more. Like I said, it's kind of like, sort of like a combination, a bit of rockabilly. Rockabilly meets mullet, you know. So just really just having a lot of fun with it, you know. There we go.
Steffi says, hi Sid, when do you come to Belgium?
Oh, Belgium. Oh, I want to go to Belgium. So definitely, I would love to come to Belgium. So please, if you're interested in hosting a seminar with me, please just contact us through the Facebook page, or you can contact us through our website. So the website is sidsalton.com, and you can also purchase the new Monster Clippers there as well. And also we have a lot of information about our courses and so forth. So yeah. Okay. All right then. Cool. This way. Thank you everyone for being so patient with me tonight. very grateful for a big thank you to everyone that's been watching. So just a very brief recap. So I did the sides first, working with clipper over comb. Then I worked with the perimeter, with the trimmers. I used my monster trimmers. Then I worked with my number 1.5 attachment guard, which is 4.5 millimeter. Did that first. Then went down to a number 1 with a half guard and an open blade. So I did downgrading technique. Then afterwards, I worked on the top, working sections, going across this way, pulling it straight up. Then I did slightly round off the front area to help give them support. Then I created a bit more of a square shape by keeping everything flat. Then I came out this way to maintain some length. Then I just trying to trim up the length. Then I did a variation of different type of texturizing techniques, such as notch cutting, freehand point cutting, and a tiny bit of slicing as well. And then just refined it, and then used the Frisk controller cream, and I diffuse dried it, and then of course finishing off with a little bit of hairspray as well. So yeah. Once again, it was definitely such a great honor to be able to cut Tom's hair. He's got like literally, like the video doesn't do justice on how thick it is. So, but thank you very much.